The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Gotta put me on. B1 brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys are returning to the channel, thank you for subscribing. If you guys have done so already, please make sure you leave a like and share this video on your various social media platforms. Now, as we go on, let me give some shout outs to some of the brothers and sisters who are in the room right now. We have our brother Torian Rain. He says, back to back live. She's yes, back to back. I had to get on today. Our sister Tia is in the room. Jay Hondo. B1 to you. Shots on target. Jay Click, B1 to every single last one of you. Our mod Ace Keeper is in here. So we got some mods, we got some viewers. We're in here on this special Friday night broadcast. Because this Kyrie Irving situation definitely needs to be discussed. I wanted to discuss it a while ago, but definitely after today, you guys heard the Minister Farrakhan, right? We're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. Ty Quinn, how are you doing, brother? Dina, B1 family, will B1 to you, sister. Now, as we know, or if you guys don't know, I'm just gonna break it down because there's gonna be some people who might not really be up on game as far as everything going on with Kyrie. So, why did I close that? So, he posted a link to a documentary called Hebrews to Negroes. That was the link. No caption, no explanation, no nothing. Just posted the link from Amazon. People were deemed that anti-Semitic. People were deeming that anti-Semitic, all of this stuff. He got a lot of pushback on it. He eventually deleted it. And they was all like, oh, you gotta apologize for being anti-Semitic, anti-Semitic, anti-Semitic. It was like, okay, well, I guess he has to apologize. So what he did was he gave, to a degree, somewhat sorta an apology, or not to say an apology, really more so an explanation as to why he did what he did. It was more so an explanation, and we will get into that right now. If you guys are just coming in, please make sure you guys leave a like. How are you guys doing this Friday evening? Let me address that. All right. Now here we go. Kyrie Irving issues apology to Jewish community. I'm deeply sorry. Okay. Now, so you guys know, I'm just reading the article. Anything that's stated from me is not my opinion. It's just in the article. It is only in the article. All right. So I don't want YouTube coming after me. And to be totally honest, I was a little bit reluctant to do a video about this because the way YouTube has been coming after me. But to be honest, if I can't, I'm going to just pause that for a second. If I can't speak the truth on this channel, then there's no purpose for me to have it. If I can't, and of course, you know, you have to be strategic when you're on somebody's platform, but if I can't speak the truth the way the truth needs to be spoken, if I can't even strategically speak the truth, then there's no purpose. The purpose of this channel is to speak the truth of Black empowerment. So that's what I'm going to do. I understand that I'm probably going to get shadow banned or whatever. That just comes with the territory of doing the right thing. But I'm going to do that anyway. Goes. This was on the 4th. Remember the dates. This was on the 4th. The Brooklyn Nets suspended Kyrie Irving for a period of at least 5 games on Thursday night, in part because he passed up an opportunity to issue an unqualified apology to the Jewish community and another chaotic press session earlier that day. Adam Silver said in an earlier statement that he was disappointed Ivy did not apologize And the commissioner, now Silver is the commissioner of the NBA, and the commissioner is set to personally meet with um, Irving next week. I don't know why his name is twisting, but anyway, after the Nets announcement was made, Irving offered an apology on his Instagram page. Okay. Now this was the apology that he made. Quote. Now this he made this on Instagram, y'all. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected by from my post, I'm deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. Now, that's what he said. I'm deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti Semitic, which he was, instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti Semitism by apologizing for posting the documentary without context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history excuse me, regarding the Holocaust or perpetrate any hate. I am learning from this unfortunate event and hope we can find understanding between us all. I am no different than any other human being. I am a seeker of the truth and knowledge, and I know who I am. All right. So that was, to me, I'm just say to me, that was Kyrie. Even now, pay attention to some of the key words he said. He said I was falsely labeled anti-Semitic, which he was. Kyrie identifies with Semitic heritage. He identifies as a Hebrew clearly. He even said so. So, according to according to the definition of anti-Semitism, he can't be anti-Semitic. That's like a black person saying, being. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Don't they use coons to say things that they want to say, but they can't say without being labeled racist. So they use coons. They use people like Candace Owens. They use people like Roland Martin. They use coons, and then they be all like, hey, they can't be racist. They're black. They're black. They can't be racist. How could they be racist if they're black? So Kyrie Irving, with the same logic, well, if I'm Semitic, how can I be anti-Semitic? That doesn't even make sense. He said he apologized for all of the hurt that he caused. He said that he didn't mean anything by it, which is pretty much the explanation. I really didn't mean nothing by it. I mean, I posted the documentary. I should have added context to what I agreed with and what I disagreed with. I like that too. That's him saying, hey, what y'all, even though I'm kind of giving a sort of apology, I'm not apologizing all of the way. I'm not graveling, please forgive me. I'm saying, like, okay, what I should have done, if I could go back and redo it, I'm not regretting what I've done. I just should have done it better, which I personally don't even think he should have done that better. I feel like there was nothing wrong that he did at all. But of course, to fix that up, yeah, he's gonna say that. He's gonna say, yeah, I should have posted with context. And with the context, I wouldn't be falsely labeled anti-Semitic. Yeah, you said some of the staunch dub S are non-black quiet as kept. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Got our brother Black Alpha in the building. Be one of Black Alpha. Julian Harvey, I see you there. B1 to everybody in the chat room. We're not usually here on Fridays, but we are here, and we got a decent amount of people in here. So if you guys could please leave a like, that would be greatly helpful. So after he gave, now that was his apology, and he deleted the clip. He deleted the clip. Now, I'm going to show you, this is some of the reactions that his fellow NFL, his fellow NBA stars were giving him after his apology. So hold on, let me find it real quick because I got to go through my, hold on, let me see. I damn sure want to, hold on. Okay. Y'all remember this? Now, remember, okay.
Shannon, what's your reaction?
Nothing. Because it's bull jive. This is what Kyrie said in part of his statement. I'm aware of the negative impact of my post, the Jewish community, and I take full responsibility. I do not believe everything said in the documentary was true or reflect my morals and principles. I'm a human being learning from all walks of life, and I intend to do so with an open mind and a willingness to listen. There are several things that we can call Kyrie Irving and we can say about Kyrie Irving. Open-mindedness is not one of those things. Hold on, Skip. Where's I'm sorry? I thought all apologies, something has to say, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry what the post, the negative attention my post brought on a said community. Hold on.
Now, for context, Kyrie actually gave multiple apologies. He's responding to his first apology. His first apologies pretty much said, hey, you know what? I didn't really mean it like that. The second apology, which was the one I read to you guys, which was why I read it, because a lot of people are overlooking that, and that's been underreported. His second one was a much more, I guess, apologetic apology, so to speak. But the first one was pretty much like, hey, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to hurt nobody. I'm willing to have the conversation. And this is what Sharpton was like, okay? Oh, he was buck dancing. He did. He acted like a Karen. Yeah, he sold out. He did. He definitely did. Let's continue to listen to the clip because it's going to be.
You send your agent, your stepmom, and your dad to meet. You didn't meet with them? So what did you learn? I'm just trying to figure out. The open mind is when people were trying to talk to you about what you said, you shut them down. Y'all dehumanizing me. So where's this open-mindedness? I just want to know, Skip, what part of the documentary, if you saw it, do you agree with? What part of the documentary of the book, if you read it, you don't agree with? I need to know these things.
Yep, I do too.
I think they're going to need to know. So maybe they can educate you and enlighten you. Kyrie, this is not true. Here's why it's not true. Give him information, show him empirical data. That's not true. That didn't happen. Maybe you take a little bit of truth and sprinkle it with a lot of dramatization and fictionalization. So they said this in this 2 hours, they released this joint statement. And the ADL said in the statement, say they hope to have an opportunity to speak to Kyrie. I'm curious. When did you learn? What? Yep. Because of the blowback? You was gonna stand on it. You got up there on your soapbox when Nick Friedel was trying to ask you questions, you stood on it.
He said, I stand.
And I'm gonna stand fast on it. You was big and bad, had your chest all out.
Because he said, I have an army behind me.
Yes, what happened to you? Where'd it go? I do not believe any apology that does not start with, I'm sorry.
Yep.
The greatest apology is change behavior.
That's enough. That's enough. We pretty much knew what he was on. We kind of knew what he was on. You saw and this is what they do. This is the tactic that they do. They use the black person to condemn the other black person. They use their bucks. We're not done if you guys thought we were done, because I want to show you what Shaq had to say. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is what he had to say. But before we go into that, this is what they do. They use their black people to condemn black people. See, this is why it's important to know how to be on code and to always be on code. I am of the opinion that even if Kyrie was completely wrong, which he wasn't, but even if he was completely wrong, you don't get on your platform as a black person to condemn another black person among non-black people. You do not do that because they won't do that for you. You won't see any of those people coming onto a black platform. You won't see no MD, no melanin deficient Mayo man. You won't see them coming onto a black platform saying, "Oh my God, what Kyle Rittenhouse did was so bad." You won't see them doing that at all. They don't condemn those their people on our platforms or even on their platforms. They don't condemn their people. But we got coons, Sambos, we got buck broken dancing coon ass niggas who go on their platform and they be all like, "Oh, well, where's the apology? I need to know these." What do you mean you need to know these things? The apology wasn't to you, Sharpton. The apology was to the J community. That was who was the apology for. It wasn't for you. Why are you getting upset that you don't accept his apology? The apology wasn't even about you. And you sitting up there and you got that white man sitting up there. Yep, I agree. I agree. And you sit up there performing, acting all outraged. I can't believe, like, moving all around and acting all outraged. Now he does that frequently though. That's kind of like his thing. He's very animated with his speech, but I mean, just the way you're behaving, all out, you're just doing the damn most. And this is what they do. They have the black people in the NBA. I was about to say NFL again. They have the black people I was about to say that. I don't know why I want to keep saying the NFL. The black people in the NBA, they'll go out there just like him, just like Shaq. Yeah, I can't believe he did that. I don't condone that, massa. I'm sorry. They do that. And then when black people condone or reprimand, when black people go after other black people, and that this principle is a tactic that they use every single time. They don't just do this with Kyrie Irving. They do this with Kyrie Irving. They did this with Colin Kaepernick. They don't just do this in the NFL, in the sports leagues. They did this with Bill Cosby. They did this with R. Kelly. They do this with any and every black figurehead, whether they're wrong or not. They will push black people to be the first ones to condemn them, so then they can come in and on the back end and be all like, "Okay, you guys condemn them, you guys made it be known that they're the bad guys, they're ostracized from the group, so now we get to come in and now we get to overly punish this black person, we get to buck break this black person, and then we'll hide behind, oh no, you guys condemned him first, you guys said it first. You guys were the main ones on your platform saying something about them. So now when we come in with our bogus punishment, you can't say it's a race thing because you guys said it." And you don't see any other group of people acting that way, no matter what they do. If Kyrie Irving was Asian, you wouldn't see the Asian community sitting up there going like, "Oh my God, what he did was hateful. I don't approve of hate speech," and whatever they're saying he said or did or whatever. You wouldn't see them doing that. You don't see them condoning when they do wrong, even when they do wrong. The woman that shot and deleted Latasha Harlings, the Asian community didn't condemn her. The officer, Peter Liang, who shot and deleted Akai Gurley, the Asian community not only did not condemn him, the Asian community defended him. So this is why I am so against when black people get, especially when you have status, like if you're famous, you got a platform or whatever. I cannot, it really grinds my gears. It really, really does. When I see black people get up on their platforms in front of non-black people and condemn them which is really condoning and giving a green light to the dominant society to come and punish a member of our community. I literally hate that. That's one of the things that grinds my gears the most, because you don't see anybody else doing that. And they always have Sharpton, who Stephen A. Smith, Shaq, all of them do that. And then when a black player gets overly punished, they come up and say, hey, well, you can't really say it's a race thing. They don't do that to any other white athlete. They only do it to the black athletes. They only do it to them because remember what was that one dude's name? He was in the NFL. He was a Seahawks player. And he was a white dude, beat his black girlfriend almost to death. Then you didn't really see no sports commentators be all like, oh, we got to talk about how domestic violence exists. None of that stuff. There was Chad Wheeler. Thank you, Iron Will. Chad Wheeler almost did that. Okay. None of them said anything. They don't now he got some type of slight hit on the wrist or whatever. They don't say anything. Aaron Rodgers, remember Aaron Rodgers? He lied about being jabbed. He lied about that. Nobody said anything. None of them was all like, oh, we got to talk about the lying and the transparency and the field. None of them said nothing. Now, what's interesting is when Kyrie Irving openly said, hey, you guys said we wouldn't have to do it. I don't want to do it. You had Stephen A. Smith like, oh, he a dumbass. He don't know how to play. He lazy, and he needs to be traded by the Nets anyway. You know how he performs for his masters. But he didn't do that with Aaron Rodgers. He knows better than to do that with Aaron Rodgers. So when the white athletes, when they do anything they want to do, you don't see this pushback, not from the dominant society or from the buck dancing coons in these sports fields. But when Kyrie Irving posts a link after apologizing, after deleting it, it's still, oh, I can't believe he did this. This is so hateful and all of that stuff. That is something I cannot stand. That really grinds my gears. I want to show you guys what Shaq had to say. Hold on.
Some people are conscious, some people are not. I can tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I can tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done.
You know what's ironic? And Torian, you make a very great point. The ironic thing about it is Shaq actually has a movie theater, and he has actually played the Hebrews to Negroes film in his movie. Let me tell you guys something. Let me break something down. Okay. Call the man an idiot and everything. We got to answer to what this idiot has done. What? If he don't, what? He would not dare say okay. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But have you guys ever seen Shaq call any non-black person an idiot? Or does he just refers to just a black man as an idiot? I've never heard him throughout his whole time as a sports commentator after leaving the NBA as a player. I've never heard him call no white player an idiot, no, despite the controversy, no non-black player an idiot, despite the controversy. It's only black players that's, oh, we got to answer. First off, he's not conscious. Kyrie Irving is probably the most conscious person in the NBA, if not really in the sports field right now anyway. if we're going to be honest. At least one of them. He's definitely at the top. Oh, he's not one of them. This game that I used to love used to bring people together, and it hurts me when it's divided people. Man, shut up, Shaq. They love a big black buck broken man. They love it. Oh, the dominant society, they love it. Shaq doesn't say anything when you have these white watchers huckling at the players. Remember not too long ago when LeBron James, and we will get to LeBron James in a minute. Remember when LeBron James's house got like broken into and they had the N-word sprayed on his garage and on his driveway and everything like that? They were calling LeBron the N-word. Remember when was it Larry Silver? Lori Ingram. Remember when she was telling LeBron to shut up and dribble and all of that stuff when LeBron touched on the controversy? Shaq didn't say, oh, all this hating everything like that is dividing everything and I just don't like that. He's not going to say anything against them. They can call black players the N-word. You have white audience members who just damn near have to fight. LeBron almost has been in multiple times. LeBron has almost had to fight people from the audience because they keep messing with him. They've been talking about him. They talk about his kids. They talk about all of this stuff. They throw things. There's been incidents where they've thrown things at the players, and Shaq's all like, oh, well, this game that's always brought us, that all lives matter BS. The game that's always brought us united together and all. What? This game's not always brought nobody together, Shaq. You sound like a big dumbass. I hate that stuff. That stuff really messes with me. Okay. Speaking of LeBron, let me give you LeBron's initial statements when he was asked, and this was on the 5th. Now remember, his apology, Kyrie Irving's apology, was on the 4th. Okay, you gotta keep track of the dates. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna read it. Okay. Now the question was asked. We haven't heard much from the players around the league about Kyrie Irving's social media posts and subsequent comments. Why do you think that is? They're asking LeBron. I can't tell you this. It's simple. Me personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand. And that's part of the reason why I didn't air the shop episode, why we kicked that out the archives, because it was hate conversation going on there. The shop is like something like a podcast type thing that LeBron does, so you guys know. And I don't represent that. There is no place in this world for it. Nobody can benefit from that, and I believe that Kyrie did cause some harm. Keep in mind, he said that. I believe Kyrie did cause some harm to a lot of people. And he has since, over the last, I think it was today or yesterday, he apologized. Now, this was the day after he apologized, so you guys know. But, you remember what they say, anytime a but comes, what comes after it? But he caused some harm, and I think it's unfortunately. But I don't stand on the position to harm people when it comes to your voice or your platform or anything. So it doesn't matter what color your skin is, how tall you are, what position you're in. If you are promoting or soliciting or saying harmful things to any community that harms people, then I don't respect that. I don't condone that. That was LeBron's statement the day after Kyrie apologized. Now, this was another statement. He was asked another question. Okay. What could be a resolution for Irving? I don't know why I can say Kyrie Irving to get past this current suspension with the Nets and Nike, because Nike suspended him as well too. He says, I don't know, because at the end of the day, Kyrie is his own man. He stands up in front of the media and speaks. He is a man and from a great family. He is great. I love the kid. He's not even a kid anymore. He's 30. He just said that the other day in his presser. I was like, that's insane. I did not know the direction, the steps that he would take, that he's taken, but he's apologized for what he said, and I hope he understands that what he said was harmful to a lot of people. And we as humans, none of us are perfect, but I hope he understands that he did what he did, and the actions that he took are just harmful to a lot of people. I need to elevate more. He really didn't get into it too much, but I understand when you're hurting anybody, I understand that. It's just common sense. So that was LeBron's statement. The font is kind of a little small. I moved my desk around, so I gotta elevate my my monitor up because I'm like looking down trying to read it. But that was LeBron's statement. Now remember that. Okay? So now we're going to get into this is you guys, please make sure you guys like this broadcast. Greatly appreciate it. Hold on, let me see. Sharania. Okay, that's how it is. Okay. The 6 things Kyrie Irving has to do to have a chance to return to the Nets. Okay. Y'all, listen to this. Hold on. Let me make sure this is bigger for you guys. So the 6 things Kyrie has to do to have a chance to return to the Nets. All right, here we go. Following the Brooklyn Nets' decision to indefinitely suspend Kyrie Irving, the team has reportedly given Kyrie a list of criteria he might meet before a return is considered. Basketball insider Shams Charania of the Athletic reported the Nets have issued some mandates to the star guard. Early this week, general manager Sean Marks said that should Ivy fulfill the steps laid out by the team, the organization would then evaluate and see if this is the right opportunity to bring him back. So you guys know, they gave him a first outrageous list to complete. This list to complete isn't the list to, okay, you do this and then you can come back. This is the you do this and we'll think about letting you back. This is the if you do this, we'll have the conversation about, we're not even talking about letting you back until you do this. This is the most extreme thing I've ever seen. But let's look at the actual list. Before we say it's extreme, let's look at the actual list. Okay. This comes after Ivory promoted an anti-Semitic film on Twitter and was reluctant to apologize. Ivory was since issued an apology on Instagram. Now, that's the apology I just read you guys earlier. Okay, this is Sam Charania and I guess the list of things he has to do. Okay, source: the Knicks have delivered Kyrie Irving 6 items he must complete to return to the team. So he just posted it, but this is what the Nets say. First, apologize/condemn movie. He has to apologize and completely condemn the entire movie. Okay. Donate, or I don't know why he says it, 500K donation to anti-hate causes. He has to donate $500,000 to anti-hate causes. Okay. sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with ADL Jewish leaders, meet with Josiah to demonstrate understanding. So he has to do all of that, and then they got to be all like, well, prove to me that you learned your lesson. Listen to me good, y'all. They don't listen. Whew. Listen, when Tamir Rice was deleted by the cop, what was the cop's? Tell me what the cop's name was. It slips my mind at the time. What's his name was Tommy's. What was the cop's name? The cop that deleted our brother Tamir Rice. And hold on, because if I don't get his name, it's gonna kill me. Okay, you guys got it in the Hold on. Let me see. Tamir Rice. What was his name? What was the cop's name? What was the cop's name? What was that cop? See, Loman. Oh, Timothy Loman. I knew it started with a T. I was thinking Tommy something, but Timothy Loman. Do you know they let Timothy Loman back on the force? Do you guys remember that? Our brother Torian Rain did a video on that. They let Timothy Loman back on the force after shooting and deleting a 12-year-old black boy for playing in the park with a toy gun. And he just pulled up on him and instantly shot him. Okay? And they not only did he not get punished, they let this man back onto the force. They didn't even make Timothy Loman someone who actually took a boy's life away. They didn't even make him do all of the things that they're trying to tell Kyrie Irving he has to do to be considered to get back in the NBA. All of the things that Kyrie has to do to even be considered to get back in the NBA, they don't even make the cops do when they kill black people. These cops are out here shooting black people, and they get to go on paid leave, paid suspension until the investigation is done, or they get to transfer to another department. They don't even have to do all of the things that Kyrie Irving has to do for posting a link. Kyrie Irving posted a link to a documentary, and Kyrie Irving has to pretty much sell his soul, which is pretty much what the list says. Kyrie Irving, you have to sell your soul to us for us to consider letting you back in. They don't even make the cops do that when the cops kill black people. When they did that to Breonna Taylor, they didn't have to go through all of that stuff. There was no, you got to pay this much, you got to take this sensitivity, you got to meet with these black leaders and all of this stuff, you got to donate. They don't make them do that. I can sit here and I can give you name after name after name. I would be here all night long. They don't make them do that. And you know what's interesting about it? What's interesting about it is the fact that they're not really that mad, or Atiana Jefferson, exactly. With Atiana Jefferson, they didn't make that the cop do that. There was no sensitivity training. No, you got to pay all of this money, $500,000 to this. You got to meet with this leader and you have to condemn this. Then we have to approve of your sensitivity training to know you understand. They don't even make them do that. But they're making Kyrie do that to consider letting him back in the NBA. That is outrageous. You know what's messed up about it? They're not even really that mad at the movie. Truth be told, they're really not. If you really think about it, they're not mad at the movie. They're not that mad. They don't care. They don't care. And how you know they don't care? Because they're not going after Amazon. They're not going after Jeff Bezos. Do you know that the sales for the movie and the book, because there's a book and then there's a movie, do you know the sales for both the book and the movie have gone up because of the controversy? The controversy that Kyrie Irving has lost his Nike because he was just about to have a shoe released in his name too. They dropped the shoe. They stopped doing business with him. He's been suspended from the NBA. All of this indefinitely, all of this stuff. And Jeff Bezos is making more money because the documentary that he has on his site, people are buying that. No, they're not talking about Jeff. This is an anti-Semitic movie. How could you have an anti-Semitic movie on your platform or whatever? You need to take this off your website. You know, too, Amazon is even selling the movie. They're not going after Amazon. I mean, not Amazon. The Walmart is selling the movie. They're not going after Walmart. They're not saying that with Walmart. Walmart, how could you sell this movie? This is an anti-Semitic. They don't care about the movie because the movie is true. Because it's not lying. They care about the fact that Kyrie said it. They care about when the reporter was all like, how could you promote something Alex Jones promoted? They didn't even go after Alex Jones like they're going after Kyrie. This is completely outrageous. If they were this bothered about the movie just existing, and they're saying Kyrie promoted the movie, how are you going to get more upset with somebody who's promoting something than somebody who actually made the content? How does that make any sense? How does it make sense that you're not mad at all? There's no petitions to take the movie off of Amazon or off of Walmart's website or eBay or whatever, or the books or whatever. There's none of that energy when it comes to the actual material. They don't care about the material. They are just mad that Kyrie said it. So, as you guys, or if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you guys did if you guys saw the wallpaper, you had the Minister Louis Farrakhan himself address the issue. So I'm going to play, this is on Reza Islam's Instagram, not Instagram, his Twitter account. Shout out to the both of them. Let me play this real quick. Computer acting a little slow.
Knowledge of God. We're not around here hating you, but we tell the truth of what we know of what some of you have done to put us in the condition that we're in. So because I and others of knowledge are spreading knowledge of God, knowledge of self, knowledge of the time, and also knowledge of an enemy. Because we couldn't be in a condition like this if all of you were our friends. Kyrie found something. I want you to say that you are sorry for saying something that is anti-Semitic. And he kept telling you, there's a slave here that's getting out of place, and teach him a lesson. I'm saying to the ADL, sir, we know you. And we know that we know you, and you know that we know you. Don't talk to Kyrie by himself. He can go and look at the horror of the Holocaust. Why don't you come and look at the horror of what your parents have done to Black people in America and throughout the world? Why don't you come and study and repent of your evil to us? Then maybe we can sit down and have a talk like civilized human beings. Ye is not a hater. Ye is a lover. Kyrie is the same. But he wants to stand on a principle. And you see him standing, how intelligent he is, and the media keeps running at him with, why don't you say you apologize for this anti-Semitism? You did the same thing to me. I've tried to have meetings with you. Let's dialogue about this. You don't want to dialogue with me. You want to dialogue with somebody that you know you can put down because of the power you have over them by giving them a contract and money that you can take from them if they say or do anything that you don't like. This is the day of judgment and justice. These men don't want to be against you. These men are grateful. Haven't they made money for you all? They don't want to be shown up. They want to put fear into you. And they do have power to hurt us. And God has plenty of power to hurt them. But if you want our brothers to come and sit with your rabbis and visit the Holocaust Museum, why not let one of our scholars come and sit with them? Because we know the Torah, by God's grace. We know the Talmud, and we know you and your history. Leave our people alone. Leave Kyrie alone. Step back and see what you're unleashing. Some others say you're buck breaking because you still are an old wicked slave master. Sing for me, nigga. Don't talk, dribble, dribble. Well, we tired. See, we need to watch them for a protracted period of time because we have never done to you and your people what you and your people have done to us. We don't need to go see the Holocaust. We feel your pain because we're really human beings. You don't feel ours. You want to have a real good dialogue so we can start afresh and anew? Because the old way is not going to work. If we can agree on the truth, we can build a better relationship. I think we should watch you for a protracted period of time before we admit you into our heart as a friend. What about that? You want my brother to go out and denounce a movie that is teaching knowledge of self? Don't pick on my brother. If you want to fight, we can entertain you. And I think we're going to get to that point where our people are not going to bow no more. We'll soon get to that point where your money don't mean to us what it means to you. And life don't mean more to us than the principles of truth upon which we stand. You're going to meet that kind of black person. You're meeting them now. And more you are making them. What you've done to Ye and what you're trying to make Kyrie do to get back friendship with you that you'll never give him. Ain't no forgiveness in you. It's never enough. He said, I apologize for the hurt that my going to that movie and advising others to check it out may hurt. That ain't far enough. You did the same to others. That's not far enough. We don't like your apology. Tell me something. How many of you would come and sit down and apologize to us for the transatlantic slave trade? You come now. Bring your wife and your children. Tell us you're sorry for killing us, raping us, castrating us, and enslaving us, making us chattel. Will you come and apologize? Our people can be like you. It ain't enough. See? If we tell you when you apologize, it's not enough, oh, you trying to pimp us and hustle. No, reparation ain't pimping. Reparation is what we deserve.
That was pretty powerful, wasn't it? I'm just gotta pause that. Gotta pause that. I mean, that just kind of make you like rethink everything, rethink yourself. Everything he said, so powerfully put, so beautifully put. I could barely find a clip I really wanted to use because everything he said was so magnificent. But I'm glad that Rizza Islam put that up there so I could use that. So shout out to him and definitely shout out to Minister Louis Farrakhan for that. And he's 100% right. Of course, I don't have to say that, but when it comes to stuff like this, even if Kyrie said, I will do everything on that list, anything you guys tell me to do, I'm going to do it to prove that I'm sorry. It's never going to be enough. Once you do that, First off, they intrinsically hate you because you're black. They intrinsically do. So it's not that your actions bothered them. It's the fact that you're black and they have an excuse to act racist towards you. This is them treating Kyrie the way they've been wanting to treat Kyrie for years. And now they have a reason to do it. This is the only reason they have. And you can see it's really no reason, but this is the only justifiable reason they have to even treat Kyrie this way, because they've been wanting to treat him this way for years now. And now they get to treat Kyrie this way. There is absolutely nothing Kyrie can do. Even if he wanted to, there is nothing Kyrie can do to get back in good graces like he was prior to this incident. There is nothing he can do. There's nothing Kanye can do, because they hate them because they are black. There's no apology that's going to be enough. There's none of that that's going to be enough to satisfy them. Another thing, this is why I get bothered when I see black people forgiving the dominant society. This is the reason why I get bothered, because when stuff like that happens to them, they don't have an ounce of forgiveness for black people. Kyrie did not do anything to hurt anybody, to bother anybody. If you guys don't like what Kyrie posted, ignore it. You guys could have ignored it. If you guys don't like what Kyrie have posted, you guys could have blocked Kyrie. If you guys really were that bothered by what Kyrie had posted, you guys would have went after Amazon. Guys would have went after Jeff Bezos, but you didn't. Because you guys weren't bothered by what Kyrie had posted. It's just the fact that Kyrie is somebody you guys hate. Kyrie is that black ass nigga who gets to get away with stuff. He's that uppity Negro that's on the plantation that you guys need to buck break, because Kyrie is a symbol of the fact that your power is not working over everybody the way you guys want it to. So you guys have to buck break Kyrie. You guys have to put him on a public lynching to show to everybody else that this is what's going to happen if you guys cross us. It's not the fact that Kyrie did anything. It's not the fact that this movie is so horrific. They're not going after the director of the movie, the writer of the movie, even the person who's making the profit, Jeff Bezos. They're not even going after him. They're going after Kyrie for posting the movie. They didn't even go after what's his name, Alex Cross, when he posted the movie like this. They don't care about the movie. They care about getting at Kyrie. This is what this is about. This is the only thing that this is about. You say, yeah, you said, yeah, you don't hear any we have to have a dialogue nonsense. They go for the bag. They feel they've been disrespected. Yeah, all of that stuff. All of that. And this is why it burns me up when I see these coons out here on this all lives matter. Well, you know what I'm saying? I won't get into heaven unless I forgive you. I hate that, because they don't do that. First off, they don't do it with black folks. If you're going to forgive, your people need to be the first people you're forgiving. Because black people, well, I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about them. They damn sure don't be defending themselves, the other black people. They don't be forgiving other black people for anything a black person does. Boy, do these coons and sambos and buck dancing fools, boy, do they hold a grudge against black people. They don't hold a grudge against somebody. A cop can literally murder your family member, and you be all like, you know what? I understand. He had a long day at work. He was stressful. I mean, my cousin, he probably shouldn't have been jaywalking. You know what I'm saying? I just want to forgive him and get to heaven, and I love you. Remember when Botham John, when his family was on trial and his little brother was all like, I forgive you, I love you. He was telling that to Amber Geiger, I forgive you, I love you, can I give you a hug? All of that stuff. And that is why I hate that, because had it been the reverse, had that been what's her name? I just said it. Had that been I just said her name. Botham John. I literally just said her name. I cannot believe I forgot her name. Had it been not Amy Cooper, her name is Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger. Had that been Amber Geiger's family on trial, or not on trial, on the bench, and it'd been Botham John who came in and shot Amber Geiger, Amber Geiger's family wouldn't have been all like, I want to hug you. Amber Geiger's family wouldn't have been talking about, I want to forgive you and I think you're a good person and I want to be your best friend when you get out of jail. Amber Geiger's family wouldn't have been like that. It's only these coon ass niggas who do stuff like that. And this is the stuff that burns me up when I see that. That burns me up. Salute to everybody in the chat room. Thank you, everybody in the chat room. Can you guys please make sure you guys leave a like? But I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Farrakhan switched the whole game up. He switched the whole game up. Listen, I want y'all to see something. Mr. Farrakhan, he made that like a day ago. After he made that one statement, he had all of the people coming. Everybody started circling their wagons. Everybody did a whole 180. Now, this is the same Al Sharpton that was talking about, your apology isn't good enough. Your apology isn't good enough. Listen to him now.
Because when blacks have a misstep, it seems like we suffer the harshest penalties. It seems like other groups offend blacks, and they never suffer the penalty that Kyrie and Kanye have suffered. I remember when Bob McNair said what he said. What did they do? They went and trotted out one of the most prominent black coaches in the circle. Mm-hmm. And nobody said, well, when he said was the Bob McNair that I know, that's not in his heart. Nobody said, hey, Tony, he's going to speak like that in front of you, like you just said about Kyrie to Adam Silver. Okay. You see, it seems to us, and it seems to me, that as black people say...
So wait, on McNair, what are we talking about? What he said, the inmates run the prison or something like that?
Yeah, and it's the asylum. But he said the asylum.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's what it was, yeah.
But Skip, here's the thing. It seems like to us, a lot of us, not all, some of us, a large portion of us, is that black are bound by shackles. We're held more accountable for our actions and our words, where our counterparts with cobwebs, they're easily brushed aside. Shannon, he apologized. He or she said they were sorry. Why can't we get the same benefit of the doubt? Okay. Kyrie was wrong, but I believe Kyrie was wrong, but I also can believe the punishment was excessive. So let me ask you a question, Skip. Shoplifting.
But real quick. Where we all lose is when we try to compare persecution of groups, because it's a never-ending battle. Are they persecuted more than the indigenous people in America were when we declared war on them and drove them off their land? Yeah. I don't know, and I don't care. Right. All I know is it was horrible what happened to the black people and the ones that originally were called the American Indian people, right, and to the Jewish people. But that happened over there in Europe where it started. It didn't happen on American soil. Right. So maybe it feels like that was way over there. It happened, and we have around 7 million Jews living among us right now, right, and they need to be protected just the way black people and their feelings need to be protected. I got you.
We get those same protections? Are we afforded those same protections?
Okay. I would hope so. I don't know. It's difficult to go like with the McNair. So what should have happened to Bob McNair? Should he have been...
Nothing happened.
Should he have been forced to sell?
But here's the thing. It wasn't what should have happened. Nothing happened. That's what the problem was. Nothing happened. And there goes my point, is that it seems to me that they can say things, and their actions, they're not bound by the same restrictions as we are when we say things or do things. And that is the problem a large portion of the black community have.
Shannon, I would like to think if there was such a
Now, y'all see the way he's acting now. I'm just a couple minutes left. I don't necessarily need to play the whole thing. Y'all see the way he's switching up after Minister Farrakhan said what he said. He's out here defending Kyrie Irving. He was one of the first people to condemn his apology. He was one of the first people to be all like, well, what didn't you like? You need to do better. You need to change your actions. He was the first one to get on the platform and first one to do this buck dancing and everything like that, talking about how Kyrie ain't this and Kyrie ain't that and Kyrie needs to apologize and Kyrie's apology wasn't enough and all of this stuff. He was one of the first ones to do that. And now he's sitting up there talking about how the punishment is excessive. Now he's talking about how the punishment was excessive. If y'all want to know some more, check this out. I know y'all going to be surprised with this. This is Stephen A. Smith, of all people. Stephen A. Smith, of all people.
Don't think I have not noticed what you have done. Kyrie Irving, minimum 5 games. Ime Udoka, minimum 1 year suspension. Usually when there's a suspension, there's an end date. I'm seeing 2 black men here that's got the word indefinite attached to their exiles. I don't like that. That is inconsistent with what we have customarily seen transpire in the world of sports. So when 2 brothers mess up, it's got indefinite attached to it. But if it's anybody else, you get a definitive point which is suspended and or you're fired and you're free to go work elsewhere, whatever the case may be. But in these cases, you got indefinite attached to them where their futures are left dangling. What are y'all trying to say? I thought we were listening. I thought black people were going to be heard. I thought our frustrations that come reeking through the screen and beyond was finally being absorbed and listened to with the level of sensitivity various communities throughout the United States just a couple of years ago said we spent decades, if not century, not paying enough attention to. But suddenly this stuff happens and here we are again. Let Kyrie Irving back. Let that man play. He comes back, he issues his apology, he goes back to playing basketball because that's what you would do for anybody else. As black people, we need to stand up and demand you do that for Kyrie too. We ain't supporting what he did. We're not saying he didn't make a gross error, but forgiveness and compassion is supposed to be a part of who we are. Let's not forget that when it comes to this brother.
Y'all see, the minister got some straightening going on in the NBA. He made one statement. Everybody started to do a whole 180. He made one statement. The second he said something, everybody was all like, you know what? I am team Kyrie Irving. You know what? I do think he should play. These are the same people, especially Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has been going after Kyrie Irving for a long time. Okay, all the way back with the C-19. He's been going after Kyrie Irving. So now he's sitting up there like, oh, it's not fair and black people aren't listened to. Man, the minister brought the pro-blackness out of the coons. It is incredible. It is incredible. Even Candace Owens was standing up for Kyrie Irving. I'm talking about he just came and changed the whole game. The minister spoke and everybody started to get on, everybody got they act together. Let me show you what LeBron James had to say. Because even LeBron James said a little something. Let me show y'all that. LeBron James says, I told you guys that I do not believe in sharing hurtful information. LeBron, anyway. And I'll continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized and he should be able to play. That's what I think. That is simple. Help him learn, but he should be playing. What he's asked to do to go back. What he's asked to do to go back on. What he's asked to do to get back on. First off, this is why I have an issue. Because even though you sitting up there, you're trying to kind of backstep, you're not backstepping enough. because you condemned him at first, talking about, oh, I don't approve of hate speech or promoting hate speech, knowing damn well that's not hate speech. It's just your masters told you it was hate speech. Your master said, hey, that's hateful speech. That Negro broke the rules. It's not hateful speech. I don't really care if it's hateful speech or not, because we're not going after anybody else who posted it. We're not going after anybody else who sells it or makes a profit off of it. We're only going after this one Negro. So anytime you speak on this one Negro, you better say that's hateful speech. And then all of them NBA buck dancing coons was all like, yes, massa, I'm gonna do that. Shaq, Sharpton, LeBron, all of them, Stephen A. Smith, all of them was doing on that same page. Okay, so now we're not trying to hear no flip the script now and act like, oh well, I mean, yeah, I know I said it in the beginning, but I still think it's over punished mode. No, this is what you guys did. You guys set Kyrie up like this, because when the controversy first broke out, you guys were the first ones to be all like, oh, I condemn that. That's just so hateful. You hurt so many people. It is so terrible that you would do such a thing. That's what you guys did, which greenlit the dominant society to punish Kyrie. Because it's not like Nike broke their deal when the controversy first broke. It's not like the Nets suspended him when the controversy first broke. The Nets and Nike, they did what they did after the coons did their job. The coons went out there, they did the buck dancing, they gave the green light, they used their melanin for evil, they gave the green light, and then the dominant society, they came in, and then they were all like, okay, well now we're gonna buck break this Negro. We're gonna buck break this Negro. And now afterwards, now that the black society, B1 society, in the Minister Louis Farrakhan, now that after we're standing with Kyrie and we're making it look bad on you guys for not standing with Kyrie, now you guys want to come around like, you know what, Kyrie, I'm on your side now. You guys are you're being over punished, Kyrie. I understand what you mean. You know, I don't know. No. And you guys are still saying Kyrie was wrong. To me, if you guys really want to apologize for the cooning that you guys were doing, say that Kyrie was not wrong. That's what you guys need to be doing. Don't say, well, Kyrie, you was wrong, but you're being overpunished. No, Kyrie was not wrong. He was not wrong. And until you guys, and I'm referring to the buck dancing, buck broken NBA players and the people in the sports field, until you guys admit that Kyrie was not wrong, because this is what they're doing to kind of save face and create like a little safety net under them. What they're doing is they're saying Kyrie was wrong. That's their little safety net, but he's being overpunished. They're trying to kind of take a step back from condemning Kyrie, but not all the way, because they don't want the pressure from the dominant society to be on code. Because they know if they was to get on code fully and say Kyrie was not wrong and what is being done to him is bogus, they know that would mess them up in their careers. So they're trying to say, well, Kyrie was wrong, but I just don't want him to be overpunished like that. That's still off code. So I'm not taking any of your sorry ass little apologies or your back steps. I'm not accepting none of that. Al Sharpton, he was not Al Sharpton. Shannon Sharp. I keep saying Al Sharpton, even though Al Sharpton said some coonish nonsense too. Shannon Sharp, since you were the first one to be all like, I don't accept his apology, I'm gonna be the first one to say I don't accept your apology. Your little apology, your defense of Kyrie, I don't accept that. You need to do better. You need to do the same thing you were telling Kyrie to do when it came to that community, the J community. You need to do that when it comes to the black community. You need to go through your video. You need to come back and you need to say, this is what I said, and I apologize for what I said. And Kyrie was not wrong. All of them need to do that, because until you say that Kyrie was not wrong, I'm going to just assume that you guys keep the same stance that you guys did when you guys were condoning him the first time. You guys are just seeing that black society, we're not on the same page with you guys. We're defending Kyrie. We're not just letting Kyrie out for the wolves. We're actually having Kyrie's back. And that's a bad reflection onto you. So now you guys are all like, yeah, I guess we did the buck dancing was a little bit too much. Let me backtrack a little bit. So I'm not accepting that. I'm going to stand with my brother Kyrie Irving. I'm going to even say what they're doing to Kanye West is bogus. And I know I did a broadcast on Kanye West, and we addressed all of his off-code cooning and everything like that. What they're doing to him is overkill. I'm gonna say it like that. That's overkill. To the and I'm probably risking my platform saying that, but that's the truth. I'd rather tell the truth and risk the platform than use the platform and not tell the truth. That's just me personally. And this isn't anti-Semitic, YouTube, but I'm saying they're being done wrong. They're being treated racist towards. If all hate, remember, all hate matters. If all hate matters, why does anti-Semitism get treated like this and racism get treated like it's a non-issue? Why is that the case? Because all I'm doing is comparing. All I'm doing is comparing the fact that anytime they say something is anti-Semitic without or very arguably no proof whatsoever, none really, but if they want to say it's anti-Semitic, why is it treated to this high level of degree, but when it comes to racism, it's barely an issue? All YouTube, so YouTube knows, because I know they're going to be going through their algorithm. All I'm doing is pointing out the double standard so we can all live a better and more fair life. So we can all meet at the table and hold hands and all that good stuff. You say, yeah, it's definitely overkill. Yeah, it is. And this isn't me excusing all of the stuff that he's done, but it's overkill for sure. I don't condone that. And to see, the thing is with me, I'm so on code. Even though I believe that all of this off code stuff that he was doing should be punished, I'm not going to green light the dominant society punishing a black person. I'm not going to do it. You're not going to, even if he was wrong, you're not going to see me out there celebrating the punishment of somebody like me, a black person like me, by the hands of the dominant society. You will never see me do that. I don't care how wrong they are. Even if they deserve to get punished, I'm gonna just not say anything. I'm just not gonna say anything. Some of them, there are some people who do deserve to get put in jail or whatnot. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, thank you guys for doing your job, officer. I'm not gonna be all like that, because they don't do that to you. They don't condone you punishing them. They would never. It doesn't matter how wrong you are. Listen, we just did a broadcast on the Jeffrey Dahmer movie not too long ago. And remember that brother in prison who deleted Jeffrey Dahmer? Now, a lot of people felt like Jeffrey Dahmer should have faced capital punishment, but he didn't, because that was the state's laws. They didn't put him on a pedestal. They didn't turn him into a hero for punishing Jeffrey Dahmer. They don't turn black people into heroes for punishing white people. They don't do that. They don't condone black people punishing non-black people. Even when they deserve to be punished, they don't do that. But you got these coons, these Sambos, these buck broken fools who will be the first ones to green light a punishment, to cheer on a member of your community being punished by the dominant society. I won't do that. I don't even care if they're wrong, because they won't do that on behalf of black people. They won't. They would never do it. They've never done it, and they would never do it. You say, true, it's very much overkill on Kanye. He didn't commit a crime. I can admit that. Yeah, that's true. He didn't do nothing illegal. I also think Kanye has said a lot against black Americans as foul in some of his actions. I'm not joining the lynching. Exactly. And see, this is the thing. I disagreed with a lot of things Kanye has been doing for years. I'm not overlooking that. But still, I see the bigger picture. Still, I see, okay, even though I don't like him, Kanye is black. And he is a person of high status. So I know what you guys are doing. You guys are trying to punish him, and you guys are trying to make an example out of Kanye West. You guys are trying to make an example out of Kyrie Irving. You guys are trying to punish them through proxy. This is proxy war. I'm not going to greenlight that. And all of you buck dancing coons who sitting up there like, well, you know what? I condoning the punishment that they're getting. No, you need to stop doing that. I'm not talking about you guys in the chat room. I'm talking about the people who are doing that. Stop doing that. If y'all don't like what he's doing, then don't say nothing. But you guys are green lighting the punishment of the dominant society. So then when they come in with their overkill, and they always do, when they come in with their overkill, you can't call racism because they're like, you guys condoned it. You guys told us to come in. So when you guys tell us to come in, when you guys snitching on somebody who's doing a shoplifting, because I get him, and we come in and we blow his brains out, you guys told us to get him. Oh, I didn't think you guys gonna punish him like that. Well, that's too bad. That's too bad because you guys gave him the damn green light. Stop doing that. Okay, that pisses me off. You said we have to be tactful and nuanced in our behavior and adjust quickly. Exactly. I fully agree with that. They don't condone us even protecting ourselves. That's very true. They don't. They don't condone y'all doing nothing. But shout out to Kyrie Irving for standing strong, for not groveling by the NBA. I'm gonna tell you one thing before we close off. I want to show y'all one thing. The power of being on code was so powerful. You had the actual owner. Hold on, let me see if I can. Where did I put it? You had the actual owner of the team. Where is it? I'm gonna show you this clip real quick. Not clip. This is the owner. Clara and I met with Kyrie and his family yesterday. We spent quality time to understand each other, and it's clear to me that Kyrie does not have any belief of hate towards Jewish people or any other group or any group. You got the owner of the team. See, this is the power when we get on code. Now because if we was to leave Kyrie to the Wolves, Kyrie wouldn't have had no defense. We stood on code. Us brothers and sisters stood on code with Kyrie, and Kyrie held it down. Even though he gave a couple of little apologies, he pretty much still held it down. So much so now you got the owner all like, hey man, yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, he's not anti-Semitic. When people tell you what you can't do, how there's not enough of us, how they have more money than us, all of that stuff, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. This is an example. Now watch. The owner said that now. Watch things start going around for Kyrie. Kyrie's not gonna have to do this list. I'm not sure if he's gonna play again, if he still wants to. You're right too. Adam Silver too. Adam Silver. Okay, he's a commissioner for the NBA. He was all like, hey, Kyrie's not anti-Semitic. Now you got everybody coming around, circling their wagons like, hey, you know what? We should kind of back up off Kyrie. He got more backup than we expected him to have. He has the people to back him up. We didn't expect people to get on code for Kyrie like this. We need to kind of lay off of Kyrie. After the Minister Louis Farrakhan said what he said, everybody was all like, ooh, you know what, Kyrie, we cool. You know what, we cool. We ain't gonna do too much. The day before, they was like, Kyrie, you did. Then afterwards, they all like, you know what, Kyrie, I see what you're talking about. I think they're doing too much. I'm on your side now. All of this stuff. All of that fake little stuff that they do. But this shows the power of when we get on code, when we take a stand, it doesn't matter how much power they have. They're $1 billion and all of that stuff. They're media corporations. Us, the people, we are the power when it comes to that. If we say Kyrie is not wrong, if we say Kyrie needs to play, because there was a trend that we were going to start boycotting the NBA. And the way things are going, they were afraid that we might do it. That might happen. And I'm not saying it's not still going to happen. You said, Spud said, Afro Elite, what you described about blasting their head off is the premise Biden used when he talked about the crime bill. Exactly. That's a great point. His excuse was that elders of the community wanted that crime bill. See, this is the point I make. When you guys go out there, first off, thank you for that. That was very well put. When you guys go out there and you guys are all like, we do got crime, we do got to get rid of black on black crime. What about the black on black crime? We got to get rid of that. That's not cool. Well, it be your own people. Your own people be doing that crime. We need more cops out here. When y'all do that, then Joe Biden's racist ass gets to come. Well, you guys said y'all wanted me to get rid of the crime. Lock them niggas up. Throw away the key. And now everybody's all like, oh my God, Joe Biden. Well, you know, y'all said y'all wanted me to do it. Remember? See, this is what you get. Because they set you up for it. They, first off, caused the problem. They caused the problem. And then they use their coons to get up there like, yeah, Master, you got to take care of that, Master. Because, I mean, he is wrong. He is wrong. He did do it. He did say it. We do got to get rid of black on black crime, Master. And then when Master comes, and he's all like, just lock them all up, throw away the key, beat them up, do all of that stuff, shoot them in the head. When they say all of that stuff, then you all like, oh man, I didn't expect this. I don't know why you didn't expect that. That's what you greenlit. That's what you condoned. That's what you welcomed. Man, this is why you don't see me doing that, because I understand that now. I understand that. Whether that person is wrong or not, first off, when it comes to the community, we should be the ones and the only ones punishing people in our community. You know, the Native Americans, what they call the Native Americans, the Red Native Americans and the $5 Indians, they have their own reservations where they have their own police departments and their own courts and judges where they judge and punish each other. They don't want outsiders judging and punishing people, their people. We are the only group of people who get there and green light and condone other groups of people punishing us. We the only group of people who do that, or who have people who do that. I'm not saying we as a collective. I'm saying we have people who do that. You say, unlike the NFL, the NBA can't afford to lose black fans. Exactly. The NFL is a little bit more diverse than NBA is. The NBA is pretty much all black, even though the NFL is largely black, but the NFL has more non-black fans than that. So a boycott of the NBA will definitely do some damage to them. It said, Kyrie, if you see this, have your legal counsel represent Joseph and Clara Saya be sanctioned in the UN under crimes against humanity, citing religious persecution, the re-education clause. Hey, that's a good idea. I feel like Kyrie, after all of this is done, Kyrie should go and Kyrie should sue. Kyrie should sue. He should sue for his shoe being delayed. He should sue Nike. I'm letting you know, this is what I'm saying. Kyrie Irving should sue Nike for delaying his shoe. He should sue the Nets and the NBA if he can do it at the same time, or if he has to do it separately or whatever. He should sue. Even have to do one or the other. He should sue one of them for suspending him. He should get paid the same amount of money he was going to get paid for playing those games all the time he was suspended. And he should sue for emotional distress. I feel like Kyrie Irving should get millions of dollars off of this from Nike, the Nets, and the NBA. And they need to come out with an apology. Nike needs to apologize, and the Nets need to apologize, and the NBA need to apologize to Kyrie. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what Kyrie should start pushing for. Yep, he could go. I don't know. I think it would probably be easier. It would probably be easier if he goes with one, and then the other one, and then he kind of sets the precedent. Because one big win, that's gonna carry him the rest of the way. If he tries to do them all at the same time, he might not get it. But if he goes one big win, that'll carry him the rest of the way, and he should get millions from each of them. His shoe, if he wants his shoe to be released by Nike, his shoe should still be released by Nike, and they need to pay him money for suspending it. Nowhere in his contract with Nike, I'm sure, I don't know, I didn't read it, but I'm sure nowhere in his contract did it say, if you post a link to a movie, we're going to suspend your contract. Nowhere in his contract does it say that, so they shouldn't have suspended him for that at all. Hate speech. He didn't give a speech. He didn't make a comment. He posted a movie. How was he even supposed to know? Let's say it was. How was he even supposed to know that that movie shouldn't have been posted, or else he would get suspended for it? He should sue the pants off of all of them and make them all apologize. All of those, the 6 list of things that they have to do, that Kyrie was saying that they have to do to come, for Kyrie to be considered to come back, that's what they need to do. I feel Nike, y'all need to pay $500,000 to anti-hate causes or whatever they said. The Nets need to do that. The NBA needs to do that. They need to take sensitivity training, even though I don't really believe in that. They need, I'm just saying that for the optics of change. That's what they need to do. I feel like we need to do a whole reverse Uno on all of it. This is the power of getting on cold, people. And then after that, we need to start working on making our own leagues, having our own stuff. They don't have to have a monopoly on the NBA. The NBA is just a league. Basketball is a whole sport. We can just make our own league like we have before. We've done before. We've had our own black-owned leagues before. We can do anything we put our mind to if we're on code enough to do it. Yeah, support the Big 3 league. That should be the new big thing. Screw the NBA. We can make that bigger than the NBA ever was. The Big 3 guys? Support the Big 3 guys, yeah. And shout out to Ice Cube. Shout out to Ice Cube for that. Oh, boy. But with that being said, y'all, that will conclude everything. That will conclude our special Friday night broadcast. Thank you very much for being here. We had a house full of people. Please make sure you guys leave a like. Subscribe. We're trying to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We can do it. We can do it. We're not even, we got like, 500 more to go. We can do that. That's not nothing. We can do that. We can get to 4. I guarantee it. I believe it. We can get to 4,000 by the end of the year. So I'm going to try to do my part. If you guys could help, I would greatly appreciate that by subscribing. If you guys haven't done so, liking the broadcast. If you guys haven't done so, sharing the broadcast as well. All of these things help. They help get it up on the algorithm, on the recommendations. So when people are scrolling through YouTube, they see it. They also help spread it through your social media platforms. So I would greatly appreciate that if you guys have done that. So I want to give a special thank you to everybody who's watching, everybody who's subscribed. Please make sure you've done so. If this is your first time watching, I hope you enjoy the content. Please subscribe so you guys won't miss out, and hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss out too. Also, follow me on my social media because I make an announcement every time before I go live, because I know they sometimes don't give out my notifications on YouTube. So you guys want to follow me on my social media platforms, the link is in the description below. Shout out to you guys for being here with me on this special broadcast. I appreciate that. You guys have a fun, safe weekend. I will see you guys next week. B1 salute to all of you brothers and sisters out there.